What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Fantasy Fellow Show. Happy Sunday, week 3 to everybody. Hope you're all doing well. We're going live here, and we just got a huge list of players who are active or inactive for today. A big list for the Packers. Unfortunately, you're going to have no Aaron Jones today, no Christian Watson, also David Bakhtiari and Jair Alexander all out. So literally, like four of the Packers' best players are not in today. This looks pretty good for the Saints. That's a tough one. So Jordan Love, we'll see what happens there. Good morning to Harris. Sports Dog, what's going on? 18 PPR with Aaron Jones status. Who gets the nod if he's out? He is out. You need two of those running backs. I think I'm pretty excited about Josh Kelly today. I'm pretty excited about Josh Kelly going up against the Minnesota Vikings. So I think what I'm doing with this one is I'm going to go Ramondre and probably Josh Kelly. I think James Cook's a good player, but I think Josh Kelly and Ramondre are the two that I'm looking for. If I had to rank them, I would go Ramondre, Kelly, Cook, Brian Robinson. It's a tough matchup for Brian Robinson. Good morning to Chase. Hope you guys are doing well. Flex Higgins, Kirk, or Nico, full PPR 10 team. I wish we had clarity on Joe Burrow. Christian Kirk's got a really nice matchup today, though, with no Zay Jones today against the Texans team that's really struggling right now. I do like Nico, but I think I'm going to lean here with Christian Kirk, who had a really nice game last week. With Waddle out, should I flex Hall, Roschon, Warren, or Dobbs? This is Dynasty with 0.5 PPR for running backs, full PPR for wide receivers. I think I'm going Jaylen Warren here. I think he combines – I still like Breece Hall. I think Breece Hall can be the guy that you need today. But the guy that I'm most excited about here is Jaylen Warren. I think Romeo Dobbs is going to be okay, but he's got a tough matchup assignment against Marshawn Lattimore. I think Jaden Reed could be a factor today. But it's between Hall and Jaylen Warren for me. I know running backs only get 0.5 PPR, but I think I'm going Jaylen Warren. Good morning, Ryan. Hope you're doing well. Ron says we need two: Bateman, Warren, Jay Warren, or Reynolds, if active, of course. It sounds like Josh Reynolds is active. I did get a huge list. I'm actually going to go look at that list real quick. So this is when all the 10:30 p.m. Central Time or 10:30 a.m. Central Time is when we get all these nice updates. So I just want to go back and make sure I am seeing Josh Reynolds is playing today. So with that said, need two. I think Warren's in for sure. And then Warren or Jay Warren. I don't know if there's another Warren here, but I'm probably going to go Warren and Josh Reynolds if that's who you're talking about here, Ron. Madison or Kendre Miller, full PPR. I'm not super pumped about Alexander Madison. I think Madison's a dice roll play. I'm excited about Kendre Miller quite a bit, but you probably got to go with Madison in a pretty nice matchup against the Chargers. But I'm excited about Kendre, but I think that you got to go with Madison here. Pitts or Schultz this week in a tight end premium. Interesting. Honestly, it's a really good matchup for Kyle Pitts this weekend. I'm not super excited about Dalton Schultz against the Jags, so I think I'm going to lean with Kyle Pitts here and swing for the fences. Kenny P or Desmond Ridder? This is a super flexy, huh? I'm probably going Kenny Pickett. Sunday Night Football against the Raiders sounds pretty nice to me. Mike, Will, Pittman, or Kelly, full PPR. Oof. I can only choose one. I really like Mike Williams today. I don't know if you're feeling Mike Williams, but I definitely prefer Mike Williams over Michael Pittman. I think Pittman can be nice today with Gardner Minshew, but it's a tough matchup there in Baltimore. So to me, it's one of the Chargers. Do I want to play Kelly? Do I want to play Big Mike Williams? I'm going to lean Mike Williams. Pitts or Evan Ingram at tight end. So this one, Ron, I think with Zay Jones being out today, you want to lean into Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram, I think, is tight end 3 on the season so far. I like Evan Ingram today. I think he's probably a top 5 play at the tight end position. So Ingram's a good spot. Would you start Pierce today? My other options are Mixon, Warren, Hall, Roschon. Same league with the Dynasty. I mean, if that's your options, man, I'm going Warren over Dameon Pierce. I'm going Breece Hall over Dameon Pierce. You probably should play Mixon I'm still fine with Mixon on Monday Night Football if that's what you want to do. But for me, I would rank them as Mixon, Warren, Hall, Roschon. And then I think I would put Hall in between. I would put Pierce in between Hall and Roschon. He's kind of in the back end tier there. Drop Gainwell or Drake London if I need a quarterback. I don't really want to drop those guys. I guess if you have to do what you got to do, I would. It depends on your depth at running back. Is Gainwell your third or fourth guy? Is London your fifth or sixth guy? I would drop whatever guy's not going to be in my lineup anytime soon. What are your thoughts on playing two RBs from same team? Got Bijan and Algier, but also have Warren, Gainwell, and Kendre Miller. I'm not super excited about handcuffing my running back. Yeah, I do think Algier's in a good spot today to fall into the end zone. But man, I really like Jaylen Warren today. I think Jaylen Warren's a top 25 back. I think Algier, you're hoping that he falls into the end zone. Otherwise, it's not going to look good. But I do expect the Falcons to move the ball today. So I will say this. You're obviously starting Bijan. But if you have the gut feeling, Ron, that Algier and Bijan can combine for 2 or 3 rushing touchdowns today, I think you do that. Otherwise, I kind of like Jaylen Warren tonight. It's like a squeaky wheel gets the grease kind of thing. They are pumping up Jaylen Warren to get more touches. It's the Raiders. It's a good matchup for Warren. I might try to have a little bit of fun in the Sunday Night Football game. And yeah, if Algier scores, it is kind of a bummer. But at this point, he's going to get 15 touches. And if they do get into the goal line, he might get a touchdown for you. So it's tough. I might lean Warren, but I get it if you want to go Algier. Any word on David Montgomery's status? I was looking for that myself because I'm hoping that he gets the red out so I can move him to my IR slot. I have not seen anything. I thought I saw – I was pretty sure, yeah, Underdog NFL, they tweeted out that Montgomery won't play in week 3. I'm still waiting for that official out status. I'm looking on ESPN right now. And David Montgomery is officially out. I'm actually going to move him to my IR right now, and I'm going to go add a running back here that I think I could maybe, just be ahead of the waiver wire on for next week. So that's one of my favorite moves to do too, guys. Like when you have a guy that gets ruled out, go pick up a running back, pick up a backup receiver that, if they pop off today, we're all going to be talking about them on the waiver wire. So I do have some options for you guys if you want some of those, but definitely those handcuff type backs. Like look at Nick Chubb. Like if you had Jerome Ford on your team last week, you're feeling pretty good. So, guys like Rico Dowdle for Tony Pollard, you got guys like Clyde Edwards-Helaire. There's a bunch of other backs. I also like Nelson Agholor today as a preemptive ad. Drop Brandon Cooks for the New England defense player over the Saints. Saints defense is probably a good play today, Harris. I don't know if, honestly, I don't feel strongly either way. If you want to play New England defense and drop Brandon Cooks, I'm fine with it. But I do think the Saints defense are a decent play today. Would you start Kincaid over Pitts if Knox is out? I don't think Knox is out. It sounded like he was removed from the injury report yesterday. So Knox is going to play. Maybe he's limited a little bit, but I think I'm playing Kincaid over Pitts. I do like the matchup for Pitts, but again, he kind of needs to prove it to us. So I'm going to go with Kincaid over Kyle Pitts. I am only worried with Breece, but Zach Wilson, QB plus they are playing the Pats. I get it. If you're nervous about Breece Hall, stick with Mixon and Warren. I think those two are in a good spot. Dameon Pierce, I think eventually they're going to figure it out, but he's at the point now where we kind of have to see it before we start it. Unfortunately, I have to start Dameon Pierce in a couple of my leagues, but we shall see. Algier or Kenneth Gainwell? I'm quite confused on what Tampa Bay's running back field looks like, or the Eagles running back field looks like with a healthy Swift and a healthy Kenneth Gainwell. And it's a good rushing defense by Tampa Bay. So I don't expect a lot of success on the ground from the Eagles running back. So I think in this case, Harris, I'm going to lean with Algier. And yeah, if it's a non-PPR, I want that 15 to 20 touches and a shot at a touchdown. So I'm going to go Tyler Algier here. NA. Interesting. I don't know what NA would mean. Non-active. I would imagine that gets updated to out hopefully soon. Start Love or Stroud. Dang. This is a tough matchup for Jordan Love. I think I might lean CJ Stroud here. Is CJ Stroud at home? I'm looking here at the schedule. At Jacksonville. this one's a coin flip. I do think I'm a little bit excited about Jordan Love at home today, but the fact that he's got no Aaron Jones, no Watson, no Bakhtiari, I'm probably going to lean with CJ Stroud. I think that's probably where you want to be. Would you start Roschon over Hall, Pearson, Gainwell, 0.5 PPR? I would rather start Breece Hall. I would rather start Dameon Pierce. I mean, we're not guaranteed anything with Roschon Johnson quite yet. I expect the Bears to kind of get their shit rocked today. So maybe he racks up some like garbage numbers. But I think for me, I'm going to go with Breece Hall, Pierce, Gainwell, and then Roschon is how I would rank them. So Justin, good morning, man. We just got all these hot inactives active lists here. Tough report for my Packers guys. We're probably going to get stomped here by the Saints today. But Kareem Hunt active for week 3 today. Logan Thomas inactive. The Patriots declared some guys that aren't really important here. Odell Beckham, Justice Hill inactive for the Ravens today. So if you guys need to add somebody this morning because you can move someone to IR, I really like Nelson Aguilar today. I actually played Nelson Aguilar in a couple of my DraftKings lineups today. He's probably the number 2, number 3 receiver going forward. I think he might be. I think I would rather own Nelson Aguilar than Rashad Bateman right now. So keep an eye out for that. I do want to mention a couple other players that I think might be in deeper leagues, might be like worth babysitting over the weekend. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Rico Dowdle, Latavius Murray, Devontae Parker for the Patriots is a good one. Backup running backs are a premium, and I like holding on to them over the weekend. Got a fun question. James Conner, Zay Flowers, Mostert, Pickens, Warren. Need one RB and a flex. Let me think here. So the guy that I like the most is probably Pickens against the Raiders. I love him as the flex. And if you need one running back in this one, I'm really not super excited about James Conner. I think he's kind of like a gross volume play today against the Cowboys. So I might change I like Conner, but I think for me, I'm going to go with Mostert at running back against Denver at home. I like that. No Jalen Waddle. I think they're going to rely heavily on Raheem. I'm going to say Raheem at running back, Pickens at wide receiver flex. Interesting question. Non-PPR, Kendre Miller or Mike Williams? We're going Mike Williams. I do like Kendre Miller today, but you got to take advantage of that Chargers-Vikings game. I think they have like 54, 55 points implied. Mike Williams is going to have a nice day today. He's going to score a touchdown. Rank these for this week. Garrett Wilson, Mike Williams, and DJ Moore, non-PPR. It goes Mike Williams, probably DJ Moore, and then Garrett Wilson. I'm torn because I think DJ Moore could be decent today. I think they're probably going to throw the ball a lot in the second half. So it's for sure Mike Williams. I'll do Mike Williams, Garrett Wilson, because he's played well in 2 games, and then we'll go DJ Moore. But for sure Mike Williams is number 1. Start 2 for flex. JSN, Dotson, Reed, or Burks. JSN, Dotson, Reed, or Burks. I'm kind of feeling Jaden Reed, man. He might be the leading target guy today. So that one I like. I do like Reed quite a bit. I think Jackson Smith and the Jigba is probably it's a tough matchup for Jahan Dotson, but I think if you're starting 2, I'm going to go Dotson and Reed. I'm interested in Burks a little bit, but to me, it's Dotson and Reed. I'm going to leave Burks and JSN on the bench here, Chase. I'm ready for Atlanta. Atlanta Lions should be good. I'm not sure what games I'm going to get on the TV today. I'm getting Green Bay, New Orleans. I got to see what the other game is. But Atlanta, Detroit, Bijan versus Jameer, man, that's a fun game. DJ Moore or Zay Flowers, non-PPR. DJ Moore or Zay Flowers in a non-PPR. I want to lean DJ Moore because he looked good last week finally. Zay Flowers did lose a little bit of target share last weekend because of the health of Mark Andrews. But I think in this one, I'm going to go with Zay Flowers here. DJ Moore, needs to prove it. I like being attached to Lamar and the Ravens offense especially against the Colts secondary. Like we want to take advantage of that. of that situation. So I'm going to go Zay Flowers over DJ Moore here. And I'm just going to be double checking some of the actives and just making sure everything's up to date here, guys. But I'm excited. Week 3, man. We're going to see if any teams fall to 0-3. That Chargers Vikings game, for me, that's the game of the day there, Justin. Ron says flex Hunter Henry, H.W. Brown, Hollywood Brown, Warren, or Bateman. Interesting. Hunter Henry in the flex. I thought I saw. Okay, so there's some weather going on today. It says definite rain and showers in New England and the Jets game. 13-mile-per-hour winds as well. I am not super pumped to get pass catchers in that game. It's also the lowest projected scoring total today. So I think I want to be shy on Hunter Henry. I do think Marquise Brown's going to get a decent amount of targets, and with no Trayvon Diggs, that does excite me a little bit. But the guy that I think you guys know me. I really like Jaylen Warren. I think Warren is a guy that's going to make some plays tonight. I think he's probably the safest 8 to 10 point floor. If you're swinging for big ceiling here, Ron, I think you go Marquise Brown. But I'm playing Jaylen Warren on Sunday Night Football. And yeah, the bad weather games. It looks like Tennessee, Cleveland looks good. That one's in Cleveland. Obviously, Detroit's in a dome, so no worries there. I'm seeing a slight chance of rain in Green Bay. Not sure on that one. Chance of rain down in Miami. Slight chance of thunderstorms, but Minnesota plays indoors. But it says definite rain showers for New England at New York Jets. So that's the one game that I'm concerned the most about. 13-mile-per-hour winds there. Buffalo at Washington, it says slight rain. Likely rain in Baltimore and Seattle, but nothing too crazy as far as wind. I don't get really nervous about rain. I get more nervous about the wind. When wind goes over 15 miles per hour, that's when we kind of need to note it. But otherwise, tomorrow night they're calling for rain in the Tampa Bay-Philadelphia game, but that's tomorrow night. Warren, Gabe Davis, London, Gainwell, Myers. Need one. Ooh. I kind of like Jakobi Meyers, man. If you wanted to wait, Justin, and you play a guy tonight, whether it's Warren or Myers, I think that could be a good call. I like Drake London, but again, we got a 0 and then we got a nice game. So I'm waiting for some balance on what's going on there. I like Gainwell, but it's a tough matchup against Tampa Bay. I like Gabe Davis, but again, that's a boom bust option. It's Warren versus Jakobi Meyers for me, and I'm going to lean Jakobi Meyers. Dell or Warren, half PPR. I'm going to go with Warren. You think Breece will be solid in a rainy game? He was pretty pissed off last weekend, and maybe they didn't give him a full amount of touches last weekend because it was Dallas. They didn't want to hurt him. I expect a kind of squeaky wheel gets the grease situation with Breece today, maybe 10 to 12 carries. Could see him popping off, for a decent game. So I think we're going to see a decent Breece game today. And thank you, Ron. Good luck to you as well. We all need the W's today. Are you nervous about starting hurt Burrow? Probably not. I mean, I know he's hurt, but he's been hurt the last couple games. If you wanted to pick somebody up, I don't hate Matthew Stafford tomorrow night if that's what you want to do. I don't hate CJ Stroud today. Gardner Minshew maybe, but it's probably Matthew. If you want to get a guy tomorrow night, it's probably Matthew Stafford. But I think I'm still going to start Burrow. Like if Burrow plays, I want Burrow in my lineup. I think he can be just fine. Zay Flowers or Nico Collins, half PPR. I'm going Zay Flowers here. Again, I like Nico Collins. It's a little bit tougher matchup against the Jaguars. Zay Flowers, man, I think after this week, we're going to be telling you guys to start receivers and like tight ends against the Colts because they can't really cover. So I like Zay Flowers today. Still like Nico, but I'm going Zay. Pickens or Moss. This one's Pickens all day. It's a tougher matchup for Zach Moss. I still think he's going to get the volume, but very, very excited about George Pickens tonight. In a half PPR, Harris, I usually lean towards the running back. I do like Tank Dell. He's more of a PPR play, though. So if it's a full PPR, I probably would have said Tank Dell. half PPR, I'm going to lean towards Warren. Metcalf or Warren, non-PPR, we're going Metcalf. It's going to be a good Metcalf day today. I'm pretty excited about what he can do against Carolina. Chris, thanks for hanging out. Yo, I'm thinking about sitting Mark Andrews because of the rain. I mean, it depends on who you have over him. I'm not super concerned about the rain in Baltimore. It did say, let's see here. It says likely rain, but the rain's okay because it's not going to rain like the entire game. I'm looking at Baltimore weather real quick, seeing when that rain's going to be rolling in. Let's see the hourly forecast. All right. My man, I wouldn't be too concerned about this. It says it's raining kind of like now. It's gonna rain up until about kickoff. It might rain a little bit in the first quarter, but then it's gonna be fine here. So Chris, I don't think I would worry too much about the rain here. It's gonna drop off. And the thing that I care more about, almost more than rain, it says light rain, but it's that wind. When that wind gets up to 10 to 15 miles per hour, that's when we want to be a little bit cautious, but this looks okay. I think you got to start Mark Andrews, man. Who would you rather drop for Dillon, Reed, or Hunt? Probably Hunt. I don't think A.J. Dillon's a good play, though. Like, if you're going to go start A.J. Dillon, I don't think I would advise that. He could fall into the end zone today, sure. But it's probably Hunt. Keep Reed. I would cut Hunt. Sit one. Dillon, Dell, Laporta. I'm sitting Dillon. I don't think Dillon's that good anymore, guys. I'm slightly concerned about him. Sure, Dillon can get a lot of volume today and fall into the end zone, but it feels like a gamble. I think I'm sitting Dillon here, Daniel. Do you like Gabe Davis this week? I do like Gabe Davis this weekend. The Commanders do have a really nice rookie cornerback, but I think Gabe Davis can do some damage against him. I like Gabe. Let's keep it rolling with Gabe Davis. In my tight end premium dynasty league, someone dropped Logan Thomas. Should I drop Irv Smith for him? I don't want Logan Thomas in a dynasty league, man. Even if it's premium, like, I don't want Logan Thomas. Keep Irv Smith. Keep the youth. Marquise Brown or Jerry Jeudy half PPR. That's a tough one. I'm going to lean Marquise Brown. Kyle, Montgomery and Aaron Jones on my R. Pick up Jaden Reed if you have any. Yeah, go pick up Jaden. If Jaden Reed's out there, man, go pick up Jaden Reed. If you can get, I don't know if you can get like a Jacoby Myers. I love Tank Dell. Tank Dell should be owned if he's available. You should pick up Tank Dell. Otherwise, like, I think Nelson Aguilar is going to be a playmaker today for the Ravens passing game. Rashid Shaheed should be owned. Treylon Burks, Devontae Parker should be owned. Brandon Cooks should be owned. He might be a decent play today. You can stash Marvin Mims if you want. Some of those names I hope help. Thank you, Chris. Let's get that Mark Andrews touchdown today, man. We need that Mark Andrews TD. How you feel about Titans-Browns game? I feel it can go either way. I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure how healthy Derrick Henry is. I saw he missed a little bit of practice this week with what I thought was a toe injury. But the Browns defense is good. Tennessee's defense is what we call a funnel defense. They allow a lot of receivers and quarterback points. So I think Deshaun Watson's a sneaky play today. But if Deshaun Watson struggles, man, Titans are a tough team. Like, I'm surprised that they were able to scratch one out in OT against the Chargers last weekend. I kind of like the Titans. Titans defense, man, you cannot run the ball against the Titans. I think Jerome Ford, not the best week one or not the best like opening starting game for Jerome Ford. I think he's going to struggle a little bit. I'm going to lean Titans, I think, today. I think they're the tougher team. But we'll hang out for a few more minutes, guys. I do have to get my lineups in set for the next hour or two. But continue to, toss in a couple more questions, guys. I'm just going to hit refresh on some of my things, see if anything else sticks out. But I think going forward on Sundays, I like doing it at 10:30 a.m. Central Time because that's when an hour and a half before kickoff is when we get all the inactives, actives, and then we can actually, have a good conversation here. 0.5 PPR, I'm leaning to go with Dillon over Dell because of the volume of touches. Makes sense. I agree, Daniel. Dillon's going to get the ball 15 to 20 times today. Good chance of falling into the end zone. I think half PPR makes sense. You could maybe have convinced me in a full PPR to go Dell, but I like Dillon and a half PPR. Let's do it. Tank Dell going to go. I really like Tank Dell. I still think we're a little bit early, but dude led the team in targets last week with 11. The Texans are throwing the ball a lot. I don't know if that's going to keep happening. I do like Tank Dell. Tank Dell should be stashed. Like if no one picked up Tank Dell in your league, you don't have to start him, but just make sure he's not available on your waiver wire because if he has another good game, we're going to be looking at him next week. I'm not excited about the Broncos passing offense. I'm still not quite sure what we're looking at with Denver. They have a lot of mouths to feed. I think Russell Wilson in a QB2 league, a Superflex QB2 league, I like Russ as my QB2. There's still probably, 12 to 14 QBs I'd rather play over him in a 1 QB league. So I think he's okay. I want to see Javonte start to get some big plays going his way. Addison or Mike Williams, half PPR. I'm going Mike Williams. He's a full-time player. Addison's not quite a full-time player yet. I'm going Big Mike. And I'm putting Laporta over Dell 2, half PPR. I'm fine with that. I think Lions Atlanta is going to be fun. Atlanta does allow tight ends to score fantasy points. They are better against wide receivers, so I think Laporta's in for a good game. I got Laporta in a couple of my fantasy leagues, so I'm excited about that. I like Laporta today. Chris says Tank Dell or Terry McLaurin. It's tough to. I mean, the name weight of Terry McLaurin is very, very, very heavy. Although it's a tough matchup for Terry going up against the Buffalo Bills today. But I'm going to lean Terry McLaurin. If you're nervous about Terry, I can't fault you, Chris, for going with Tank Dell, especially when you have a strong gut feeling about a player. And like, what's Tank Dell's floor? 5 for 50 as a receiver. If you are more comfortable with that and you're like, yeah, I want to take that. And then you still have the upside of a ceiling game out of Tank Dell. I'm fine with it. I mean, I don't think Terry McLaurin's like in a smash spot against Buffalo, but I do think the Commanders are going to have to throw the ball. Like if the Commanders are going to win today, they have to throw the ball well and get Terry McLaurin involved. But I'll say this: Dell high floor, 8 to 10 points. Terry McLaurin could have a scary floor of 3 or 4 points. So if you want to go for the home run, I think you go for McLaurin. If you want the safe double-digit points, you go with Dell. I had to do some juggling with my 2 flex spots. James Cook, Nico, Gabe, or Jaden Reed. I think I'm going James Cook because I like the volume of James Cook. I like the ability of Buffalo to control this game and stay on track with their offense and continue to feed him touches. So Cook sticks out to me as the guy I like the most. I think I'm going to go with Nico Collins here. Cook and Nico, and then we'll leave. Jaden Reed still needs to prove some stuff to us. Gabe Davis still has a boom-bust nature to him. I'm going to go Cook and Nico here. Mostert or Warren, half PPR. In this one, Harris, I'm going Mostert because he's the clear back. I feel very good about him getting his touches today. Not super scared about the Broncos' run defense. I like both guys, though. I think you can bank on both guys being good plays today, but I think Mostert's the guy. Reed or Dotson to stash? It's Dotson. Dotson's the better player. When Watson comes back, that's probably going to push Reed down a little bit, but you got to stash Dotson. How does Jags perform against the run? I have a feeling Pierce has a decent game. So I was hopeful that the Texans would get their offensive line back today, but it sounds like Laramie Tunsil is not playing. So it's probably going to be a little bit of tough sledding for Dameon Pierce today. I'm thinking he's going to have his best game of the year so far. So Jags D, though, one of the better teams against the run. They rank 4th in points allowed to that position. So stingy. They allow about 14.8 PPR points to the running back, but I think we're going to be okay with Dameon Pierce today. Would you swap any of these guys, Brian Robinson Jr., Mixon, or Rhamondre for James Cook this weekend? I'm probably playing James Cook over, not over Rhamondre. I think Rhamondre gets his. I think you got to play Mixon. I might play James Cook over Brian Robinson. I think he's in for a tough matchup today. And if that is Gullies, if I don't know if that's full PPR or not, but I mean, I think you definitely play Rhamondre, you definitely play Mixon, and then I think I'm putting in Cook over Brian Robinson. Is Allen Robinson worth it? I don't really want to play Allen Robinson. Sure, he could have a nice game, but I don't really want to play him. You can still hold on to him though, Andrew. Dotson over Laporta today, 0.5 PPR. I'm kind of feeling Laporta, Daniel. Would you rather Derrick Henry and Warren or Stephon Diggs and Mostert, half PPR? Today I'll go Diggs and Mostert. Good luck to everybody. I do have to get out of here, so I'm going to finish answering these couple questions here. It'd be over Chuba Hubbard. No, I'm playing Chuba Hubbard. He's a safe play today. I think with Andy Dalton, you might see the Panthers' offense actually look decent. And Chuba's been a good third down back. I think he's a safe 9 to 10 points today, plus some upside there. It is full PPR, he says. Yeah, I'm going to do Cook then over B-Rob. I'm still deciding to start 3 between Warren, Hall, Mixon, or Pierce. I'm feeling Warren and Mixon for sure. I agree there. Hall versus Pierce is getting me. I'm probably going Breece Hall over Dameon Pierce just because I think he's going to get the ball a little bit. But if you want to play the volume game, I think Dameon Pierce gets his 15 to 20 touches today. I think there's a good chance James Cook scores a touchdown today. He's due. He hasn't scored one yet. All the other running backs have. But hey, guys, this was fun. That's going to do it for me. I hope you guys get everything you need. If you guys do need any more last-minute advice, check out the link in the description. There's a Discord. Join that. You guys can get all your questions answered there. But good luck today, guys. I hope you get everything you need. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in a future video. Peace. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Okay, it's rolling.
Who's next? The back is me.